Let's see if we're kicking off. Oh, it is kicking off. Oh. Well. Make sure that all works. Scroll that up. Looks like we are all good. Oh, give me a sec. Alright everyone, welcome back to the rounds. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We didn't even put a title in it. How do we hide me chat? How do we hide the old chat? Where in... Oh, this is red hot, this. That's right, we'll find it. Pop out chat, there you go. Now can we get rid of that? You pop out chat and it still doesn't move anything. Hold on. Hold on. I found it. I found the scroll wheel. This is Ep 2. We found it. We're off to a banger here. Save. Oh, we're on fire. We are on fire. Yeah. There we go. And there we go. Oh. Oh yes, welcome to the round stable. It is Ep 2. We're running solo today. Tommy and the family are a bit crook. So we're just running solo. It won't be a big one anyway. We were going to wait till the season started, but I mean, there's been enough. There's been some sims and that, so I was like, bugger it. I'll flick one up, do a decently little quick one, because we can still get through majority of our segments. My tea's going to be ready shortly, so don't mind me ducking off back to get it. But in our first segment, like I said, we would normally be doing our scores and ranking right now, but there's nothing to do. I can tell you my projected, which is currently 1,815, which I feel like that's my highest it's ever been, to be honest. You're getting spoiled because I've already made a trade since my update yesterday, and you can probably see it already, but we're going to leave that. If I score 1,815, I'll probably be pretty upset. Even though in this top 18, you probably want 1,900 2K. Or maybe that's reaching for opening round one. But if we just get right into our first segment, the Stallion, Donkey, and Voldemort, I'm going to be going off the Sims. This will be a bit easier with the prackies this weekend because they're actually recorded on the AFL app, and some of the community have been working gangbusters over these sims to get us all this information. It's actually been insane what the community's been able to do. Whoever runs these pages, bravo to you. Bravo to you, giving us all this information. But from the Sims, a Stallion. So someone in my team I've loved everything I've seen. I'm going to have to go Sammy Flanders. Sammy Flanders is my Sim Stallion. So he got recorded. They had 31 touches, and people are generally saying that's not true. They're saying it was 40. I've heard it on radio, but people reckon he got docked disposals. He had that many. Full-time mid. And if you wind it back 2 years when he's full-time mid at Gold Coast, he was 630k. I reckon he was 640 at a point. Sammy Flanders. So he's the Stallion. And what is his ownership right now? I just want to have a quick look at his ownership. Why can't I see it there? Oh, you have to do the trade out. Trade out. We'll do it. We'll do it just so we can see. Flanders 65%. So people been watching The Sims. That's the stallion. He'd be close to the highest owned. He's second highest owned behind Sheasel. Jesus. Sammy Flanders, stallion. Unreal. Everything we want to see. Everything we want to see. And that's probably why he's risen, because now people are like, okay, well, now I have to get him. My donkey, someone I have, I wasn't impressed with. I could go Farrow, but he's on my bench, so I'm not going to be that harsh. I feel like your bench can't be your donkey, stallion, or your Voldemort. I feel like it can't. Well, it can't be your Voldemort, because Voldemort, you don't have him. But my donkey will probably be Ugelhagen. Probably Ugelhagen. Didn't have a great hit out. Did enough for me from the eye. I'm keeping him. It wasn't a get up and sell him donkey scenario. But yeah, wasn't completely impressed. Wasn't completely impressed with Fugel. But I think he might be a slowish burn early. I think you can afford not to get him early. Depends. At 214k, it'll take 185 score and he'll go up in price. So maybe if you want to run Ugle, you do have to get him early. But yeah, that'll be my donkey. I'm looking at it. I don't think anyone else was that terrible. Coleman at half forward. I'm not going to call him a donkey for that because he didn't do it. And he was actually still okay. So, yeah. Ugle's the donkey this week. I hope he's not the donkey most weeks because I'm hoping he makes me some cash. Now, if we go to our Voldemort, one who must not be named because we don't have him, and I know it doesn't really make sense right now because we can trade whoever we want in, but it still does play because like price rise, right? But the guy I'm about to say, you can get him. He's 380k. The Voldemort's Connor McDonald. I've heard he's had this role for weeks, and like just didn't buy into it. McDonald, I like him as a player. He's not going to be a massive Supercoach scorer. Did he tear it up? Connor McDonald. So I've looked at trying to get him in. I would have to sacrifice someone else that I really want. I'm not going to go young to McDonald. I wouldn't be against you if you did, honestly. Could I go Parrish up to McDonald? I can, but again, Parrish, if he's fit, he's more of a sure thing than McDonald for me for the scores. He could be a good pick. He could get to 500k quick if he's that guy, and if they keep that role with him. So, but then there is that thing. As soon as Will Day's back, is he just going to get flicked out? He'd have to be red hot to not be flicked out. Will Day will get rotated in there anyway. But yeah, that's the Voldy. What is Connor McDonald's? 9%. 6%. He pod. Connor McDonald's a pod. I think he scored 120 on fantasy. He's a pod. Connor Butterick for the Dogs is 245. And he's playing. 100% playing. But we might leave that there. But yeah, there's me. The Stallion, Flanders, Donkey, Ugle, Voldemort, Connor McDonald. But I don't know if you're going to hear Connor McDonald in these three categories much at all this year. So that's a big shout. Connor McDonald. We might have to look at that. Like I said, there's a lot of time till next week's update. So we'll see how we go there. All right. Now, we are going to run over the injuries because there has been some more. Tommy, our fellow stallion, even though he's very crook, he did send me the new news. It isn't on this, it might be on this page, but Taj Hodden, 4 months for Taj Hodden. That's interesting. He was second favourite, actually, for the Rising Star 2 days ago. So that's a massive die. He was 4th favourite yesterday. Gamble responsibly, of course. But that is huge. Hodden will be eligible for Rising Star next year. Crazy. The Rising Star, the Rising Star is... It looks red hot this year, honestly. But we'll touch on Rising Star when we get to Shower Thoughts, the new segment that Tommy the Stallion introduced. And I do have a little shower thought myself. Not really Supercoach related, but we'll get there. But running over these injuries, I'm actually we're gonna speed run all of them that we got. Tajon might not be here because it happened today. Hip bone stress doesn't sound good. 4 months they've put on it. 4 months hip bone stress. It doesn't sound good. But we'll breeze through these. We've got Adelaide straight away, obviously alphabetical order. Archie, we all know it just says in doubt for round one. Apparently that's a pretty bad hamstring. Isaac Cumming, I don't know if many people have him. He's a test for pre-season anyway. Curtin, we all know Curtin's gone for a while. Draper's... I've heard a couple of people say stay away from Drapes. It could be dangerous. Even when he comes back, it could be a slow burn. Like I said, I was on that camp. I wasn't sold that Nick rates him very highly. I could be incredibly wrong. Hopefully we are, because everyone loves a cash cow. Anyway, Mitch Hinge, I didn't know about that, but it's just pre-season. Mark Keane, we all seen that leg break. It would be impressive if he got back this year. That kind of snap, impressive. These athletes are impressive though, so he probably does. And Rankin, another hammy in doubt for round one. Allen, concussion, he'll be back. Draper, foot. They've now moved it to round 4 and 5. This is already what you don't want to see. I was saying to Tommy, foot stress fractures, that you can almost, it is horrendous for players because they can't heal. So it was round 2, now to round 4 and 5. I don't reckon you'll see Sam Draper to close to round 10. My hot tip. And will he even be full health then? I honestly don't know. Hipwood, they're saying second half of 2026, but he had his ACL surgery in October, maybe September. Maybe he had it in September. So, but he's come back in 6 months before from an ACL, so who knows? Leicester concussion, he'll be back in Payne again. I think Payne you're looking at around 10, but he's not a real option in Supercoach. Carlton, Blake Acres, I feel like he always has a shoulder. Chero always has a hamstring. Cottrell, knee, didn't know. Nick Haynes, ankle. Motlop did an ACL? Where was I when that news happened? Right, okay, so Motlop's out this year. I feel like maybe I did read that. Wiedering, rib fracture, so it was fractured, but he's opening round, they reckon, so there you go. No real Supercoach chasers there. Collingwood, Bobby Hill, don't know. I don't think he plays for Collingwood again. I think you will see him play AFL again. I just don't think it'd be at Collingwood. Jeremy Howe cannot stop doing that calf. Bo McCurry did his foot apparently, but early season. And Darcy Moore calf, I didn't know about more. Again, not real Supercoach heavy there. Nick Martin went back to 2027. Now, it'd be interesting to see how many of us would have had Nick Martin if he was playing. I don't think he's a very exciting player to watch, but for Supercoach, he scores really well. Nick Bryan, everyone's watching. If he comes back early season, it'll be interesting. They think that Blackiston's got the ruck roll straight away, so there you go. You can go on Blackiston. I think he's 290k. But everyone's reports Nick Bryan's much more talented. But he needs to get on the park first. He needs to get fit. Tom Edwards. Ridley can't stop getting injured as well. And Lewis Hayes didn't he as well. I did not know Lewis Hayes was still playing. Fremantle have one injury? Sturt. Mid to late season. One injury. Man, you're doing well if you got one injury after pre-season. Geelong... Jeremy Cameron quad. Geelong, man. I feel like we all know this is his arm. Everyone knows this broken arm hasn't gone well for him. and they're putting quad. Geelong, man, they're so slimy when it comes to the reporting. I mean, I'll give it to him. They're clever. He knows what he's doing. I think Bailey Smith had food poisoning from sushi 3 times last year. 3. I reckon I heard it 3 times. And, like, that can happen. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sushi. You get some bad sushi, you're in strife. But 3 times? Yeah. I think they got to pull them up a bit, to be honest. Everyone finesses it, but I feel like Geelong are the only ones that abuse not telling us what's going on. So I'm not buying the quad. I reckon it's still his arm. Stengel, I don't think you'll see Stengel this year. Personal issues. And Grindmire's thumb. Didn't know about that, but he'll be back. Grindmire's ain't a bad pod. Honestly, ain't a bad pod. Gold Coast, Ballard, Himmelberg, Noble. I don't know who Max Noble is. Rogers, hamstring, and Matt Rao, finger, but he'll be back. Matt Rao will be back. Opening round. GWS have been smashed. Bedford, hamstring to round 5 or 6. That's a hammy and a half. Callahan, hip flexor, but they reckon he'll be back. He'll be fine opening round. Green, ACL. Jones, ACL. Kelly, hip. Late season for Josh Kelly. I didn't know that. Sam Taylor, hamstring round 3 or 4. They are some of their better players. So my GWS shout for the Flags looking grim, if you say so myself. If you got Callahan, I mean, his preseason's been interrupted, so it's a worry, right? But yeah, he's really the only one. I mean, a lot of people would have went Tom Green too, but he will be back for the next one. That's a shocker too. Tom Green just look probably about to explode with Callahan. You'll have to wait one more year to see them two go gangbusters together. Hawthorn, Will Day, round 14 for that shoulder. Ginnivan, finger, he'll be fine. A lot of broken fingers, jarred fingers. Melbourne, Bowie, mid-season for Bowie. That is a while. Someone's taken that spot. Campbell, Cully. I know a lot of people were hot on Cully as well. They reckon early season, but you can't start him, obviously. But one to keep an eye on if he comes back firing. Henderson, sacrum. What is an injured sacrum? Okay. McAdam, Monez, Wakefield, knee, Viney, Achilles mid-season, Achilles again, shocker ones to come back from. Kalani, Michelangelo, fever. Apparently he'll be fine for opening round though, if he's in the squad. North Melbourne, Archer, ACL, which is a shame. He's a hard nut, a good one to watch. Aiden Core, Colby McKercher, they reckon he'll be back round 1, but as you know, I jumped off. And Wardlaw, hamstring, man. He cannot get on the park. He cannot get them sorted. And it might not be a fault of it. It just might be something that's going on. It's a shame because he's a cracker to watch. Spargo and Goad. I don't know who Goad is, but I don't know if many people got Spargo in their teams. Maybe. Port Adelaide, Cochrane, Georgiades. I did not know Georgiades did a hamstring, so round 1. Horn Francis, shoulder foot, didn't know. Paul Pepper, ACL, Soldo, ACL. I knew about Soldo, did not know about Paul Pepper. Yeah, they've a couple of bad ones for Port there. It's not great. Richmond, Josh Smiley, cannot stop getting injured. Absolute jet, but who knows when we'll see him. He reminds it's like a Gib kiss again. We just cannot get to see him. But apparently he's unreal. In their junior year that Lawler went 1, halfway through the season, Smiley was most people's mock draft to be 1. And I think he got injured. So I'm excited for when we get to see him, but yeah, he's got to get that sorted. The body sorted. Judson Clark, no idea, mid-season. Vlosten and Prestia doubt for round 1. I know Prestia's got that court case. I didn't know he was injured. They reckon they'll get cleared up pretty quick, though. They don't think he's in any dramas. But we'll have to wait and see. St Kilda, Liam Henry also cannot stop doing injuries. Max King can't stop doing injuries. Silvani got a concussion, but he cannot stop injuries either. Max King is interesting though. Round 4, 150k. Any eyeballs on Max King? Sydney, Harry Cunningham, Jevon Philippou, and Mac. Oh yeah, there is 2 Max Kings. Spun me out there. Philippou has to be related to Saints Philippou, right? I don't know how many Philippous. I mean, it's probably a real popular name from its country of origin, but it'd be interesting to know if he's related. West Coast, Brockman, Graham Gross, Starcevic, Noah Long. I don't know if anyone be starting them. Jack Graham. That's not the Jack Graham. That's not Jack Graham from Gold Coast, is it? That's Jack Graham from Gold Coast. It's not a bad little pickup for West Coast. I don't think it is. I feel like there's 2 Jack Grahams, but I'll rate that if it is. And Bulldogs, Garcia, hamstring. I feel like he always does it too. Treloar's calves, man. I feel for the man. He cannot stop pinging his calves. But he's on test. I have heard it's not as bad as people thought originally. I have it like he's a shout for opening round. Is the talk. So it mustn't have been a bad one. And Waitman knee early season. Waitman, again, a very exciting one. I'm pretty excited to see him come back. Won't be a Supercoach option, though, for me. But, yeah, man, there's a fair bit of injuries. And, yeah, as we said, the Tarshottam one wasn't there. Tarshottam, big one today, 4 months. Painful. All right. Well, we literally ran over all the injuries, to be honest. So we're going to swing right into our shower thoughts. My shower thoughts this week. My shower thought isn't Supercoach related, but we touched on the Rising Star. And I've thought about this multiple times probably in the last 2 weeks. Because I'd like to know, we could even get a bit of a Google happening. I don't know how you would find that out. I'd like to know the last time. Well, here's the question. Can you win the Rising Star outside of the top 8? I feel like for the Rising Star, you have to be in a winning team. I'm trying to remember. There's probably one real recent that I'm not remembering. But a Rising Star that was in one of the bottom 4. Because, like, yes, you can have an amazing season for first year, but it didn't translate to anything. And it's not all on the new player, right? But I feel like Rising Star almost has to be a top 6, top 8 team. And I feel like it has been in the last few seasons. If we go to Rising Star winners, I know we're doing a little tangent off the Supercoach, but I've just been a bit interested. Here we go. Rising Star winners. So, yeah, Murphy, Reid. Oh, well, Sheasel. Sheasel's the most recent one. There you go. Sheasel, I think they were rock bottom. But Reid, Freo were in the 8. Dempsey, Geelong were in the 8. Sheasel, rock bottom. Dacos, they were in the 8. Man, Sarong was only 2020. His debut year. No way. Jackson as well. Jackson, that was Melbourne. So they were they top 8 in 2020? 2021 was Melbourne top 8. 2021 AFL ladder. I could have done this on the old webs for you. Yeah, they were first. There you go. First, Luke Jackson. Sarong 2020 AFL ladder. I don't think Freo were in the top 8, I'll be honest. West Coast were 5th not that long ago. There you go. So Sarong and Sheasel, 2 out of the last 6 haven't been in the top 8, but 4 out of 6. Should we keep going down? I want to get the stats out of 10. So Sam Walsh in 2019 AFL ladder. Jaden Stevenson for the Pies, I'm pretty sure they were in the 8. So Sam Walsh was also bottom of the pack. They were 16th in 2019. Sheesh. Stevenson, 2018. I'm pretty sure the Pies were in the 8 that year, unless I'm very wrong. Yeah, they were third. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 3. 2 more. McGrath, they weren't in the 8. Essendon weren't in the 8 in 2017. This might be dead heat. This might be 5 and 5, honestly. Which would be surprising to me if that is the case. You know, it's hilarious. Essendon were in the 8. Essendon was 7th. Right. Essendon was 7th in 2017. That's rattled me. Rattled. So it was 6 and 3, and Callum Mills 2016 they were in the 8 as well. Sydney, I'm sure. And 16 AFL ladder. Oh, this is where they stopped giving you the information. Yeah, Sydney were third. Sydney were third. So 7 of the last 10 Rising Stars have been in the top 8. Well, I feel like my shower thought's been a little bit vindicated there. It's funny, right? Because the best picks normally always go to the bottom teams. So that's why I was thinking about it. Like, I was thinking, could Dersman win it? That's why I'm a bit hot on Zeke, because I think Gold Coast will be top 4. And like, I think you have to make less of an impact if your team's winning as well. The things you do look better when you win, if you get what I mean. Whereas you could look unreal in a bad team, and it's just not going to translate. That's very interesting. 7 out of 10, and the 3 that won it from the bottom was Sheasel, Walsh, and was it Sarong? Maybe I forgot the other one. Sheasel, Walsh, and Sarong. So that's a hint. I can't believe Louis Taylor, man, won in 2014. And we were bottom there, I'm pretty sure. Well, there you go. I will go as far as say it means you can't. Often. 3 out of 10. 30%. Well, there you go. If you're trying to find a rising star. Yeah. But could it be this year? Could it be Dersman? You never know. Like I said, a lot of people red hot on Taj Holden. I'm red hot on Zeke. I'm also red hot on Latrell Pickett. Keep your eyes peeled for Latrell Pickett. I think Pickett could win the medal. But yeah, very interesting. We normally have a little cash cow segment now, but I don't think the cash cows have changed that much since our last live. I don't think much has changed for the cash cows. Like, if we just go flex and go ownership, it has, a lot of people haven't been swayed. You know what I mean? It's still the same. Liam Reedy, I think you can put a line through being a cash cow for me. I don't think he's going to play really much at all. And if he does, I could be really wrong, but I doubt you'll see him get to 200k. So Liam Reedy is off the cash cow for me. Josh Sarong's out of my team, but keep an eye on Josh Sarong. Could be massive cash cow watch. I talked about in my last video, Zach Reed style, possibly. That's a heavy bar to fill. It's funny because, so Yaga, yes, it's fine. You should have Yaga. Dyson Sharp being the next cash cow, like Flanders is a cash cow, right? But he's mid-price. If we're going down to rookie, I'm surprised Sharp is the next rookie price cash cow on the list. I don't know if it should be Sharp. Apparently his role's not great. Apparently his role's half forward, and that can be a real mixed bag, especially if you're half forward flank. People talk about half forward flank being the graveyard of Supercoach. Like you can be an unbelievable player, but on the half forward flank, you're going to struggle to get 50, 60 points. So I don't know why Dyson Sharp is the second highest owned cash cow from the rookie price. I just think there's some better options. I think there's some better, like Robertson below him, I think is a better option. He'll play, and he'll be a red hot chance for minutes. Zeke Euland will play. People are worried he won't get in the team. How we going, Owen? I'll see you in there. Zeke will get in the team. Dimmer's been on paper that he's hot on him. Now the people saying wing, but that's fine. Levi played wing all. I'm not gonna. Zeke the freak they call him. I'm not gonna put him the pressure of Levi. What Levi did last year, I think, got to 400k for us all on the wing. But they did start from similar prices. I think Levi was 190 and Zeke's 199. And if they get to 400k, you're happy. So I think Zeke's red hot. Philippou, you should have Philippou. In my opinion, he can get injured though. You could waste a trade. Great cash cow. Like I said, Reedy, I don't think's it. I think you should look at your options if you got Reedy at the moment. If you've got Reedy at R3 and you don't have Mac Andrew from Adelaide, I really think you should that's a question you want to ask. Because apparently Mac Andrew is R1 for Adelaide and decent. And he's 112k. So yeah, Sammy Grills, apparently he's got the role cashed out. We're looking at 350k for Sammy Grills. Josh Lindsay. Lindsay's a funny one. He's supposedly got the halfback role when it's his turn. Because apparently it's marriage. So people thinking Lindsay's got it because McCarthy's gone mid. But now apparently it's marriage. And marriage did it before McCarthy got drafted mid-season last year. Marriage was halfback distributor. They drafted McCarthy and he took it over. McCarthy's gone midfield and marriage has taken it back. It's not Lindsay. But the talk is Lindsay's going to play. And they're going to float him some minutes at the halfback, but it might not produce a great Supercoach score. But you go for him at 120k. You're going there, in my opinion. And then you're getting down your next rookie price. Finley McRae, I don't think plays. Leo Lombard's going to be really hard to break in that team, but he might do it. His average was 19 points the last 4 games. 19 points. That is grim. Bring in Wade Dirksen for Lindsay and get rid of Coleman for Black. Is Dirksen finally in the or is he not a defender? No, he's finally in. There you go. Well, I will be bringing in Wade Dirksen. Yes, I will be bringing him in. Who for? Probably Lindsay. You are right. It's probably Lindsay because Carmichael's going to play. I think Carmichael might outscore Lindsay. But I'm hot on Coleman. Even though he's half forward, I don't think it should scare us away. I think Coleman, if you visualise Brisbane, if Coleman is half forward, I just said the flank of half forward is the graveyard of Supercoach. But he's very good. And I do think he'll get floated halfback. But even half forward, I just see him getting a lot of the ball. Carmo was injured at the moment. No, we just went through the injuries. He wasn't on the list. Must happen today. Oh, it is carnage. Hodden's down. Carmichael. Where's the little notes? Why is there no notes? Come on, Super. Oh. You really can go Carmichael. That probably just makes Jacquez and even more. How do you spell Jacquez? Lockie Jake's more of an option. Bond said in the interview, won't be that's good. That's good mail from you there, Owen. Very good mail. I haven't seen that one yet. Well, that does change a few things. If it won't be the first couple of hours, we could just make that trade right now. I'll have to put in my notes. Dirksen. Lindsay has survived. There you go. Well, that's happening right now because Dirksen is... There's no way Carlton don't start him after that red hot sim. So, yeah, he can sit on my bench. But that is a shame because I was looking forward to Carmichael. I thought he was going to be a good option. We're just going to get rid of Lindsay for now so I can go back to my Back to the cash cows. Will Brodie as well. Where's Will Brodie? I feel like we didn't even see him. Okay, no, he's 10th. He's top 10. He should be. We're not sure longevity wise. Be careful by round 3 if he loses a spot, but he's worth the punt. He's worth the punt at 119k at the start. Cash cows otherwise. Mac Andrews the biggest one. Mac Andrew 28% still. Like I said, if you've got Liam Reedy at R3 and you don't have Mac Andrew, I would suggest have a look into this man. I think by round 1 he'll be 50% owned. High. Todd Marshall, I bounced off, but apparently he's fine. Still says Achilles subject to fitness, but apparently he's fine. Apparently he'll play in the Pracky this week. Lockie Jacquez, 22%. Like I said, if Carmichael is out, he might get more of a good role down back. Rechko, yeah, I jumped off Rechko. Smiley, got all the Richmond ones. I'm surprised 50% still have Smiley because he's injured again. But yeah, that's Greaves. I tried to find some information on Greaves. I didn't get much. So I'm pretty happy to stay away from Greaves at the moment, but some people are jumping on. But yeah, like I said, Jagger's climbed to 77. He should be 98%. I don't know why you wouldn't have Jagger. But well, there's the rundown of the cash cows as well. Lovely little bit of mail from Owen as well to help us out there. I need to get Josh Lindsay back in for now. Where's Lindsay? Where is he? I really wanted to go back to Sarong straight away then, but we're going to leave it. And then to round off the solo show, we'll touch on just a couple of my trade targets I am looking at for next week. If we say trade targets, right, but we can make changes. A couple of players I wouldn't mind having a look if I could get in. Tom Marshall didn't do much in the Pracky. Yeah, I hopped off him because when I just thought of the player, I wasn't that red hot on it, even though he had kick-ins. But I'm not that red hot on Tom Marshall. And he's 150k. I think there is better options than old Toddy Marshall. But if we are touching on a couple of my players I'm looking at, Blackiston is one, and I know Coleman's probably the only way to him. I don't know if I'd be as bold as Humphreys down to Blackiston. I'm not far off going Grilge up to Blackiston either, but I would have to go Farrow down, which I could because I'm not too flash on Farrow. But Blackiston is going to play ruck for Essendon. He's going to be R1 until Brian is fit. And when Brian's fit, he still has to prove himself, is the news. So for now, Blackiston's ruck for Essendon. 295k, it's a bit awkward. If he was 200k, it's a no-brainer. 295k, I do need to see a game or two, and then he might be one you have to flick in. But he's an option. On the primo ends of things, it's Jackson. I just can't trust that this man's going to play him ruck. If the coach at Freo plays Luke Jackson ruck, R1, we should all have him. All of us. But we cannot bloody trust it. If I bring him in at 6'11 and I see him either midfield or forward, I'll be fuming. So I'm almost protecting my mental health, not picking Jackson, because I will not be able to deal with that man not playing him in ruck. But again, he is an option, Sherry down. If Sherry gets pummeled in these centre bounces on the Pracky, it's going to look at it. But he's still going to win everything around the ground, Sherry. So we do need to keep that in mind. He might still score easily 140s with all his work around the ground, even losing the centres. So Jackson, and my last trade target that I am trying to look into, we talked about him earlier in the show. He was my Voldemort. Is Connor McDonald. I'm theorising starting him. Theorising. Averaged 70 last season, but he didn't play full-time mid. And when I say full-time, they think it's like 70-30, 70% mid, 30 forward. So, but like I said, he went off in that sim. If he goes off in the Pracky match, it's going to be interesting. Like if he scores 100 in the Pracky match again, he gives 380k though. So it is, you're already paying up there. You need him to get to 500k if you're paying 380. So he's just one to watch. He's one to watch at the moment, Connor McDonald. One to absolutely watch. I did have one more. Look, when I went to Walsh, we'll talk about him. Walsh, I was looking at Zach Bailey and I was looking at Freya. Bailey averaged 87 last year and he only started playing mid in the last like 6-7 games. And he wasn't even full-time mid, it was just sometimes mid. If he progresses, he's going to be playing more mid all season. He could average 100. But again, he's 470. If he does average 100, you're not really making much ground. If you kind of get what I mean. Yeah, he's averaging 100, but are you still going to want to upgrade him to a full primo at the end? Or you could go Freya, which I was looking into. I literally was typing in fridge. Can you believe it? Baby Bont. Freya. 420k. 428. Apparently full-time mid. Apparently it's him, Bont, and Richards is the talk. Averaged 80 last season. Was in the middle a little bit, but he was mostly like that forward run. He was doing almost everything last year. He's up to 8%, so people are buying into Baby Bont. Yeah. I wouldn't mind starting him. I wouldn't mind starting Baby Bont. I think he's a good watch too. I'm sure he scored like 135 in one game last year, but then he scored like 40 the next week. So that's the risk you take. But yeah, they're probably my biggest targets I'm looking at. There's no one else that I don't have that I'm really chasing. You could say Bont, but 700k, it's just too high to pay. I said I have Sherry at 687. He might be in trouble too. I struggle to pay that high. 650 is my highest, and I'm paying that for Butters, and I haven't thought twice about it. But that's the trade targets to round out episode 2. Like I said, not a lot to go off. The Pracky matches this weekend. Hopefully, timing works out and you get both of us next weekend, because Pracky matches will have a lot to talk about. But if not, it's not the case. Might just be me. Might just be Tommy. Or neither. You never know. Might be busy. We'll see. No. Should figure something out. But I am excited for the Prackies. We're going to see a lot. But yeah, we'll leave that one there. And I'll see you. You'll probably see Tommy's. Oh, he's crook at the moment. So you might not see an update video from Tommy. You might have to wait for a fortnightly update video. He might have 27 changes by next week. That'll be a long one. You might need a live stream for his update videos. Anyways, cheers for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next week.